Hi guys, so today let's look at the rules of the road. Okay, so we're gonna start by looking at the general rules. Okay, general rules: always drive on the left hand side of a two-way road. You may drive on the right hand side of a one-way road if it is safe to do so. So in South Africa, the most important rule of the road is that you must drive on the left hand side of the road. My name is Mr. Fork, hence you see the fork is for Mr. Fork. Always maintain a safe following distance from the vehicle in front of you. It's 2 seconds in light motor vehicles and 3 seconds in heavy motor vehicles or trucks. Should conditions be poor, adjust your following distance correctly. Always display your vehicle license disc. This is valid for 12 months. So you must not and you must never confuse the 12 months for the light motor vehicle and the 24 months for the learner's license. So the learner's license is valid for a period of 24 months while the license disc of the vehicle is valid for 12 months. Okay. Always obey the instructions of a traffic officer. These take precedence over any road rules or traffic signs. Very important. If a traffic officer instructs you to stop on a no stopping zone, you have to stop. You don't argue and say, but this is a no stopping zone. You just stop. All right. Now let's get to the rules with regards to driving on divided roads. Where a road has been divided by either a painted line or physical barrier, always drive on the left side of the division. So always drive on the left side of the division if the road has been divided by either a barrier or a painted marking. This barrier or division may only be crossed at an opening or space where it is specifically indicated to do so. So you don't just cross from this lane to another lane, or from this part of the road to that other part of the road if it is divided. But you only do that when it is indicated that you may do that. Okay. Right. So, driving on the shoulder of the road. Do not drive continuously on the shoulder of the road. The shoulder of the road, we're talking of the yellow line. You do not drive continuously on the shoulder of the road. You are not allowed to do that. Then, should another vehicle intend to overtake you, you may move onto the shoulder of the road if you can clearly see no other obstructing vehicle or pedestrians at least 150 meters ahead. This may only be done on a single lane road and between sunrise and sunset. So you are then allowed to drive on the yellow line to allow another vehicle to overtake you. But if you can clearly see that within 150 meters ahead, there is no obstructing vehicle or property that you will run into. And you do this between sunrise and sunset. Between sunrise and sunset. So this is to say that you do it during the day. Okay, so you see, driving on the shoulder of the road at night is prohibited, but you can drive on the shoulder of the road during the day to allow another vehicle to overtake you. Yes. Fork. Now moving on to this one. Sorry, I don't know how to put my book here. Parking. The rules with regards to parking. Do not park in the following areas: at any of the place referred to in stopping your vehicle. See page 60. So in page 60 we have a section of the rules of the road whereby they are telling you where not to stop your vehicle. So therefore, where you are not allowed to stop your vehicle, you are also not allowed to park there. You're not allowed to park your vehicle in such a place where you will obscure a road traffic sign. On the sidewalk, unless such vehicle is being used by a street vendor or hawker. So you're not allowed to park your vehicle on the pavement. unless you're a street vendor or hawker. Right. You're not allowed to park your vehicle at the entrance to any private or public road. So you can't take your vehicle and park it at my entrance. Within 1 meter of the edge of the road outside an urban area, unless it is a designated parking bay. Within 1.5 meters of a fire hydrant. Within 9 meters of a pedestrian crossing. Within 5 meters of an intersection. Upon the actuating mechanism of a traffic signal. In South Africa, we say emarobotini. You are not allowed to park your vehicle emarobotini at the traffic signal. With your left wheels further than 450 millimeters from the pavement, unless permitted by a road sign. On a road that is less than 5.5 meters wide, unless it is a one-way. On a traffic island, in a pedestrian lane, or in a pedestrian mall. Not allowed to stop your vehicle in a loading zone. So now, you must know this. You see it's written in bold. Failure to adhere to these rules will result in a fine, and or your vehicle being impounded. The above rules obviously do not apply to emergency vehicles, on duty, police and traffic officers, and road road construction and maintenance vehicles. They do not apply. So you don't say, why don't they charge the police? If they are using their vehicles on duty, they can park wherever. All right. But for your test, what is important? 1.5, 9 meters, 5 meters, 450, 5.5. These are very important. These numbers, very, very important to remember what's happening there. Okay. Now let's move to another page. Next page. Please don't forget to subscribe here. Hit on the subscribe button, please. And then we come to overtaking. Overtaking or passing another vehicle. The rules with regards to overtaking or passing another vehicle. Unless prohibited to do so by a road traffic or marking. You may overtake a vehicle where it is safe to do so by passing on the right of the vehicle. So you overtake on the right hand side. Only return to the left side when safely past the vehicle. You only return on the left when you have safely passed the vehicle. Never overtake where your visibility is limited, such as blind rise or corner. You are not allowed to overtake if you cannot see what's happening. If you cannot see what's happening ahead, you are not allowed to overtake. Never overtake a vehicle that is stopped at a pedestrian crossing. Because that vehicle has stopped at a pedestrian crossing, probably is just waiting for pedestrians to finish crossing. And then when you overtake, you're obviously going to collide with the pedestrians. When passing a stationary bus, always check for passengers boarding or getting off the bus. All right. So you don't just pass just because the bus is stationary. You don't just drive 120 past it. No. Overtaking or passing on the left. Overtaking or passing on the left. Right. Okay. You may overtake on the left where the vehicle in front of you is turning right. When the vehicle in front of you is turning right, then you are allowed to overtake on the left. You may overtake on the left where there are 2 or more lanes for vehicles traveling in the same direction. Okay? However, the saying, keep left, pass right is the safest. Never cross over the yellow line when overtaking on the left. Remember, the only time where you are allowed to drive on the yellow line is if you are, or when you are allowing the person behind you to overtake you. but if it's not for that reason, then you are not allowed to drive on the yellow line. Such as when you are overtaking another vehicle, you don't overtake on the yellow line. Right. Being overtaken. When another vehicle intends to overtake you, move over to the left if safe to do so, and maintain your speed without accelerating. This is very important. You'll find out that sometimes we want to overtake people and then they just accelerate. No, you're not allowed to do that. You move over to the left and then you allow the vehicle to overtake you without accelerating. Okay, so this vehicle has indicated to turn right or is turning right, so then you may overtake on the left. Okay, when then the vehicles are going in the same direction, you may overtake on the left. When the other vehicle wants to overtake you, move over to the left to allow the other vehicle to overtake you. All right, so this one must keep left and then you pass on the right. Keep left, the other one must pass you on the right. You are then not allowed to overtake on a curve. This is a curve, you're not allowed to overtake. This is a stationary, this is a vehicle that is stopped at a pedestrian crossing. You are not allowed to overtake it. Then here, you are overtaking a vehicle with oncoming traffic, right? You are overtaking with oncoming traffic is not allowed. The overtaking on solid line or no crossing double lines. Overtaking there is prohibited. All right, folk, don't forget to subscribe there. I'll keep on reminding you like that because you people don't want to subscribe. Okay, right. Let's come to this one. Okay, let me put it like this. We come to crossing or entering a public road or traffic lane. They say see page 58. This is page 58. These are the sketches, the illustrations. So, but then let's see what are they saying. You may only enter a public road when it is free of other traffic long enough for you to safely enter it. You may only enter or cross into another lane when it is sufficiently clear for you to do so. Do not enter into or cross an intersection. Number one, if it will cause an obstruction to traffic flow when the signal changes. It can pose a danger to other traffic. So this is more like of a common sense. If you see that you are going to cause traffic or danger, don't cross into a different lane. Okay, signals or indicating. Always signal your intention to turn, to reduce speed, or to stop by using what? By using of your indicators, brake lights, or hand signals. Ensure that you do this, allowing sufficient time to warn all other road users of your intention. You must also know that hand signals are not to be used on a freeway. There are hand signal illustrations on page number 127. The hand signals illustrations. All right, and then turning left. The rules with regards to turning left. Ensure that you are in the correct lane according to any lane direction arrows. Indicate well in advance. Then you keep as far left as possible as you are about to make your turn. Once you have turned, adjust your speed correctly or accordingly. Okay, so there are people who turn and they get into the lane or they get into this roadway. They find traffic traveling at a certain speed, but then they are traveling slow. You must match your speed safely, according to the speed of the other vehicles. All right, now the rules with regards to turning right. Fork, let's see. Ensure that you are in the correct lane according to any lane direction arrows. Indicate well in advance, then keep as far to the right as possible as you are about to make your turn. Give way to oncoming traffic and wait for a suitable opportunity to turn. Allow ample space for vehicles behind you to pass you on the left. Isn't it that you are turning on the right? So you keep as far right as possible, and then you allow the vehicles that are coming behind you to overtake you on the left. So you must give them enough space. Before making your turn, ensure you pass the center lines correctly. All right, so this is it. It's this one. So firstly, you keep as far right as possible so that this vehicle can pass you this side. So you make sure that you pass the center lines. You pass the center lines so that you turn into the correct lane. Right, then we get to the mini circle. We get to the mini circle and roundabout. Mini circle and roundabout. Okay, so at all mini circles and roundabouts, the rule of the law is to yield to your right. Yield to your right. So that means you must give way to vehicles that are approaching from your right. Okay, you must give way. So if there is a vehicle that is coming from your right, it is already there coming from your right, you must give them right of way. However, all vehicles already in the traffic circle have right of way. Now, at mini circles, any vehicle that crosses the yield line before you have the right of way. The vehicle that will cross the yield line before you has a right of way. Always indicate which route you intend to take to exit the circle. You indicate. Yes, vehicles must travel in clockwise direction, but you must indicate which direction you're intending on taking. Okay, moving on to the rules with regards to stopping your vehicle. Okay, places where you may not stop your vehicle. So these are the places where you may not stop your vehicle. Alongside an excavation, if this will obstruct traffic flow. An excavation. This is an excavation. It's an excavation. So alongside an excavation, if this will obstruct traffic flow. In a tunnel, subway, or a bridge, within 6 meters of a tunnel, subway, or a bridge, or on or within 6 meters of where a roadway has narrowed, in contravention of any road sign or marking, on the right hand side of the road facing oncoming traffic, alongside or opposite another vehicle where the road is less than 9 meters wide, within the rail reserve at a level crossing, within 9 meters of the approach side at a pedestrian crossing, within 1.5 meters of a fire hydrant, at any place where it will cause an obstruction and you're not allowed to stop your vehicle on a freeway. Okay, these are the places where you are not allowed to stop. So this road is 9 meters wide. If the road is 9 meters wide, you are not allowed to stop your vehicle opposite another vehicle, because this is already a constricted road. You're not allowed to stop your vehicle facing oncoming traffic. This is not allowed. Not allowed to stop your vehicle next to, this vehicle has stopped next to an excavation. Then let's see what are compulsory stops. When or where is it compulsory for you to stop your vehicle? Always stop when you are directed to do so by a traffic officer or road sign. When you are involved in an accident, when any pedestrian is about to enter a pedestrian crossing. when you are requested to do so by a person herding animals over the road. So if there is someone who's herding the animals and that person asks you to stop because his cattle want to pass, then you must stop your vehicle. 4. Right, and then duties of drivers and passengers. You must know your duty as a driver and as a passenger. When driving, you may not do the following. What is it? You may not travel backwards longer than necessary, and you may not travel backwards longer than necessary and only when safe to do so. So you don't travel more reverse or have more reverse longer than is necessary. You may not follow another vehicle closer than is safe to do so. You may not permit another person, animal, load, or anything else to hamper your complete control of the vehicle, including observations, hearing, signaling, slowing down, and changing direction. So nothing should interfere with your driving. Nothing. You may not permit another another person to steer or operate the vehicle. No one should operate your vehicle. You must be seated in a position where you have the complete control of your vehicle. You may not leave your vehicle without setting the handbrake or prevent it from moving. So make sure that before you leave your vehicle, the handbrake is up, or you make alternative ways to prevent your vehicle from moving. You may not have any part of your body sticking out of the vehicle unless you are executing hand signals. The same applies to your passenger. You may not allow any person or animal on the roof or running board of your vehicle while it is in motion. You may not run your engine in such a way as to give excessive smoke or fumes. You may not leave your engine running while the vehicle is unattended. You may not deposit fuel, oil, grease, ashes, or any other refuse onto the roof. You may not leave your engine running while fuel is being pumped into it. You may not allow anyone to enter or leave your vehicle while it is moving. You may not drive, push, or pull a vehicle on the sidewalk. You may not operate any communication device without a hands-free kit. So then, you must always give way to vehicles sounding a siren when safe to do so. It is recommended that you do not listen to excessive loud music or wear headphones whilst driving. You are not allowed. Okay, you may wear maybe one, but not just wear headphones so that you're in a position whereby you're not even hearing a vehicle that's sounding a siren. No. So following another vehicle too closely is prohibited. Okay, your load may not protrude like that. It's not allowed. Yay. You may not allow any part of your body to stick out of the vehicle except for hand signals. This is not allowed. You may not get out of the vehicle while the vehicle is in motion. And then you may not operate any communication device while driving. You must use a hands-free kit. Okay. Right. Moving on to the next part. Duties to motorcycles and tricycles and quad bikes. These ones I'm not going to cover for today, because if you're doing your learner's license for a motor vehicle, the motorcycle is not covered. We're going to look at vehicles causing excessive noise. You may not operate a vehicle which is causing excessive noise. You may not use your hooter unnecessarily. It must be audible at a distance of 90 meters. When a pedestrian crossing is situated at a traffic light, the pedestrians must obey the signal to the traffic light. Drivers must give right of way to a pedestrian entering or already at a pedestrian crossing. A pedestrian shall not run onto or enter pedestrian crossing in such a manner that it makes it difficult for the driver to yield. No driver may overtake another vehicle which has stopped at a pedestrian crossing. Right. Then we come to racing and sports. Any race or sporting event on a public road must be approved by the relevant authorities. So you do not just decide to race with your friend on the road. It must be an approved race so that precautionary measures will be taken into consideration. Right, now we come to hindering or obstructing traffic on a public road. You may not in any way hinder the free flow of traffic, either with your vehicle or any other object. Okay, so then we come to abandoned vehicles. When is it that your vehicle would be considered abandoned? Any vehicle that has been abandoned will be removed and impounded. A vehicle is considered abandoned when it is causing an obstruction, when it is parked in a prohibited area, when it is left standing for more than 24 hours on a public road outside an urban area, when it is left standing for more than 7 days on a public road within an urban area, when it has no license or registration number, when it is parked in a no stopping or parking area. Right, so make sure that you always park your vehicle where you are allowed to park. Damage to public roads. You may not will spin or drag your wheels. You may not use shocks or shoes between any of your wheels. You may not cause any damage to the surface of a public road. Right. Then we are almost there. But I'm gonna hold it here. And then on our next session, we're going to start it from freeways. The rules with regards to freeways, going all the way and finish the rules of the road. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for attending this session. Please look out for the next session. Don't forget to just click on that subscribe button. And I am Mr. Fork, signing out.